It's the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Down at the 26.
The numbers for Jones last week, 23 carries, 86 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them...
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
On third down, Jackson. And a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35.
Lamar Jackson in it.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So here are the Browns now with great starting field position. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
28-yard line.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Patrick Queen on the tackle. A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he is going to have the Browns' first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
To number 19.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The field goal is good. Makes the score Browns 3, Ravens nothing.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now it's Jackson. He sets up the screen to Jones. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. 2nd drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Quarterback sack. A loss of 6 yards.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Shoves him aside. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Lamar Jackson sacked.
Jacob Phillips able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
The Ravens send their punter out now, standing just about on his own goal line. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5.
1st and 10 at their own.
So here are the Browns to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And they'll begin by running the option. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Rolling to his right. They'll try and run it.
The quarterback on the scramble. 24-yard.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
A run for Nick Chubb. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost.
Is good.
And that'll make it 6-0 here in the 1st.
Ravens nothing.
So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
Complete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards there and a 1st down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And it's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 33 yards that time. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Again, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Jackson's pass.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3.
6. Ravens 3.
So if you like field goals, you've come to the right spot. We've had 3 so far.
Well, this is a football game, right?
It is.
You like that one, huh? You like where I went with that? How about that?
I like it.
Okay, but hey, let's face it. In this game right now, both defenses have responded well. They're trying to hold the line on this. You just wonder if anyone can break through with a touchdown and put some pressure on their opposition.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Second and 5.
Brings up second down.
Quick throw here. That's complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Complete to number 82. A gain of 9 yards. And the Browns.
Handoff comes to Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Ball carrier. Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up
now Chubb. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down.
6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
6. Ravens 3.
The Browns on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Seems me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Spinning past him.
Return team.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
That's good for a Baltimore.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
7-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Here's Jackson to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Lamar Jackson.
You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson We'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Browns getting set to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefit to that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
They run again on first down. Chubb able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Back on the scramble. He was tackled.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
On the ground, it's Chubb. Uses the stiff arm. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. A give. This is Chubb. A solid stiff arm. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Able to find his man, John Phillips. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 8-yard line.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
From 8 yards out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Now the extra point.
After.
And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Aaron Jones.
4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7.
Pick up a 3.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mack Wilson. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? They'll try the draw now with Chubb, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Nick Chubb, the Browns.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 line. 4 yards on the pickup.
They'll drop to throw.
6.
Steps away to his left, and now he's going to use his legs. Then he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck is...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
On the carry.
Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Now for the point after.
Extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Take it in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Jones.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Jackson on 1st down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones.
Jackson's pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Working left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
At the 11-yard
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. On the delay, Jones. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
on the carry.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Greedy Williams on the coverage.
Now Jackson to throw on 3rd down. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up. It's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. That time a 9-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
And
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
8 yards. And it's
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now. And this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 32. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson.
Going right back to Jones. This time the connection made.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Throwing is Jackson.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Looking sideline, incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Jackson. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have a Ravens first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. A short throw caught by Andrews. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14.
Browns 27, Ravens 13.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 28-27 the final in a tight one. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. 19-13 was the final score. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, this will be one to tune in for, as they've got a good one lined up between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And he returns this to the 22.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
To Nick Chubb.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
First down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run. Chubb And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Left side caught by Matthews.
The pass.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
It's a
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
4-yard line.
Chubb. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 4-yard pickup on the play.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away. Now he'll pull it down. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Nick Chubb, the Browns ball.
They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll try again with Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They've definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
Score Browns 30, Ravens 13.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Phillips on the tackle.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Browns' 45-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Pass. Incomplete on the throwaway. Greedy Williams on the
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. Don't like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th
10
quarter.
yards on the pickup.
Are you touched?
2nd and inches.
He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Gain on the play.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Ball carrier.
Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
The tackle made at the
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now they'll switch it up here. Look to throw. Smith catches left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10.